What's up, guys? We got a great video from Distro Reborn. The harsh truth: passport sisters have no dating value abroad.
A lot of them, especially my age, they know here in Panama that they can date very, very young here. The women here, the Panamanian women here will definitely entertain an American man at whatever age. You can be 90 and walking down the street with a beautiful Panamanian woman. So trying to find an American guy here, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but unless you get them after they're exhausted from everybody else here in Panama.
Yes, an American woman can only get a passport bro after he has been sexually exhausted. You know that feeling where your libido has been fully drained and you have no more nuts to give. A dark, quiet place. At this point, sex no longer clouds the bandwidth of a man's mind, so he can actually focus on the betterment of mankind. I don't know, cure cancer, solve a theoretical paradox, or build with his bare hands something the world didn't know it needed. Or he can do something stupid in this state of nirvana, like get into a relationship with a 55-year-old American woman in Panama. It's clear that some men should never experience that level of mental acuity that sexual exhaustion brings. But here's the hard truth. There is no dating market for American women when they leave the States. Now look, we see many women online trying to gaslight us into believing that they can share the same success men do when they date abroad. That men in Latin America, Africa, and Asian countries are looking for independent, I don't cook or clean, 40 to 50-year-old, high body count women to settle down with. And also, these men are gonna buy them the 4-bedroom house, car, and give them a 6-figure allowance. All of this is hogwash. But this lady is gonna give us a glimpse of what it's like dating abroad for a modern woman. Let's hear her out.
Flashback.
Today we're going to talk about dating in Panama at 55, what that looks like. So when I first moved to Panama, I met this Panamanian guy. So he was nice, very charming, and we had a very nice time. Communication wasn't that great because he didn't speak very much English, so we Google translated a lot, and that was fine. So I noticed that he always wanted to come to my house. He came to my house, he ate my food, he he just didn't have very much money to replenish some of the things that he was depleting. So that became an issue for me. I had to think really long and hard on it because we were having a very good time together. The chemistry was good. He did cook, but he cooked my food. So instead of my budget for me, it was now a budget for 2 people. And that just became to be a bit much.
I think that's a price that you pay for the first time a man is sort of taking advantage of a woman and she has a problem with it. But again, it's also the price you have to pay. I mean, at your age, you don't expect men to be providing so much. Most probably, maybe it's the younger ones that you are dating. They're not going to be giving you money. They're not going to be sponsoring for your trips. So they're going to be paying for most of the stuff. It's you to do it. I think the dynamics do change as you grow older, and that's what was happening here. I mean...
Watching modern women try to wield the vibranium blue book is like watching an 110-pound yoga girl operate a jackhammer. Nature has denied her the strength and mental fortitude to wield such a weapon of mass destruction. For this is where the ideology of hypergamy becomes the gift and the curse. Her Achilles heel, so to speak. Because there's nothing women hate more than paying for a man. Like the stomach cramps of her menstrual cycle, it's in her DNA. And this, my friends, is why so many will fail at dating abroad. See, if you had a condo in Panama, the last thing you would be crying about is an 8.5 that loves to come over and cook the food you bought at the supermarket. And if you are the type to cry about that, well, The G.I. Joe Simpin Anonymous meeting is down the hall. But anyway, here she is trying to date in a third world country. And even though she has found a guy that she vibes with, she chooses to worry about the fact that he eats up her groceries. I thought women said they like when you eat their groceries. Some of y'all won't get that, don't worry.
So I was having a rough patch one day, and he was asking me what was wrong, and I think he wanted to do something. So I was trying to explain to him that, I wasn't feeling very well today, and I just wanted to be alone, and, if he could go and do something by himself or go home or, whatever he wanted to do.
Yeah, she basically punked him. She told him to kick rocks because she doesn't feel like dealing with him today. Now, I don't necessarily see a problem with that, but my issue is, would she be okay with the same treatment? Let's say, for instance, you were dating her, and she came over your house to hang out with you. She didn't do anything wrong, but her presence on that day just somehow annoyed you. Would she be cool with you telling her to bounce because you don't feel like dealing with her today? With no explanation, by the way. I don't know, man, but hey.
And he got really upset about that. And he went home, but he went home with an attitude. And it just kind of, it put off a light in my head to where it's like, you know what? He wants to do what he wants to do, but he just doesn't understand probably what I'm talking about so that we can connect emotionally. So that started the downfall of this relationship because I realized very quickly that I was not going to be supported, comforted, or financially stable with this person. So I decided to end the relationship, and he became very, verbally abusive when, I decided to end that relationship.
So, guys, these women, they travel abroad to find men, and they hope that the passport bros, while they are abroad, will approach them. So these are men that left these women, and then these women start following them. Maybe they hope that the other men, the Latin men, will date them. But guess what? The Latin men also don't take them seriously, because they know that they can't wife them. They know they can't keep them. So if one man has to stay by your place, come over to your place more often, cook your groceries, eat your groceries, it's a win for him, for the service that is, or for the good time that he's giving you, So they've hit the wall, and they've tried to travel to find men, and it's not working out. These are the same women that were bashing guys for going abroad to seek for traditional women.
So she says the quiet part out loud. The real problem was that she was financing him. This fact was eating away at her. She was basically his sugar mommy, and that just didn't sit well with her. But let's put this in perspective. I don't think she's a quote-unquote single woman by choice, so to speak. If I'm not mistaken, she's actually a widower. And also, I honestly think she looks very good for a 55-year-old woman. Yeah. Because we know most 55-year-old women have that lunch lady, court bailiff aesthetic at that tender age. Or if she's on that Ozempic, it's that Bethany Frankel, Anna Navarro, Skeletor type look. Yeah. It's clear that men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s are out in foreign countries living the Viva Loca. Really, what do you think the success rate will be for the average 55-year-old woman abroad?
So, dating Panamanians down. My requirement now would be that you definitely have to speak English. I am learning Spanish, but how can I date somebody that does not speak English or understand English? So that would be something that I would be looking for now. And before, I really didn't think that it would be a huge issue, but it's definitely a huge connection issue for me. So that would be my criteria now moving forward. And that they would need to have a job. I am retired, so I'm here all day. I do have a routine that I do every day, and I don't like to deviate from it. Moving forward, I definitely know that that is what I would be looking for in a Panamanian mate.
Okay, so she's gone to Panama and she wants these men to be able to speak English. Guess what, lady? They have their own language. If somebody, think of it, maybe somebody from France travels to the US and then this person sets these standards to say, for them to go out on the date, they have to find somebody that speaks French. Does that really make sense? Do you really think she's gonna find what she's looking for? And she talks of the guys, the Panamanian men, to have a job. So she's dating younger guys. She's not dating guys of her age, because if she's retired, the guys of her age have retired also. And those are the passport bros that are in Panama. So she's joined the movement, but as a passport says, but it's not going to work out for her. Because these guys, when they go that side, they take wives, most of them, the older guys, they take wives. Or if they are dating, it's there's that longer term to it, you know? They find a woman that they'll sort of settle down with. There's that stability. But with her, you can clearly see that there's no stability. But why should a younger man have a job and earn money and then start spending money with that old woman? That doesn't make sense, if you ask me. So, the only win-win situation is a younger man keeps his money and then he depends on her. And she doesn't want that, but I guess.
Yeah, so now we leave America to go to a third world country and push more unreasonable expectations that didn't work here on them. Yes, we're talking about Panama, a country, by the way, that has some of the most attractive women available. Imagine going to another country and requiring the men there to learn your language to date you. What a cocktail of arrogance and entitlement. But look, I have no doubt that most passport sisters will find the 6'6" NBA MVP, Nobel Peace Prize, conservative, feminist, Democrat, UFC fighter, ex-porn star that's in touch with his emotions. Because remember, they're all tens.
I believe whatever I come up with in my head, because why would I lie to me?
Dating expats here in town, after the Panamanian, I just kind of felt like, okay, this will be cool. I'll date somebody who understands me, an American. We speak English. We understand each other. No, ma'am. That wasn't the case either. Financially, he was able to take care of himself and take care of me. I wouldn't say that he wasn't able to take care of me. He was able to do that. Territorial with, this is what I want you to do, this is what I don't want you to do, had so many rules and all this other stuff. So that didn't work out either. I mean, I'm a free spirit.
Translation. He had standards and boundaries, and I don't know how to be submissive to a man. Yes, he spoke English and had enough money to take care of me, but I don't feel comfortable listening or taking orders from a man.
A lot of them, especially my age, they know here in Panama that they can date very, very young here. The women here, the Panamanian women here, will definitely entertain an American man at whatever age. You can be 90.
Why does she, or why do they use the word entertain? You know? They make it, I don't understand. Entertain, you know what that means? She's saying they would entertain. So, meaning, she's implying that, I don't know, she's implying that these are, you know what it means when you say entertain, it's sort of you tolerate. It's something that maybe it's not acceptable somewhere else, and then the other part of the world, they are entertaining it. That's how she's making it seem. She's making it seem like the passport bros are sort of outcasts, or they are sort of can't date the same women where they're coming from. And where they go now, they are entertained. Delusional.
And walking down the street with a beautiful Panamanian woman. So trying to find an American guy here, I wouldn't say it's impossible, but unless you get them after they're exhausted from everybody else here in Panama, um, I don't see that as being a potential situation.
Which is the equivalent of most of the modern women. And the modern women that want to settle down, they are exhausted. They've gone from bed to bed, hotel to hotel, house to house, and then they want to settle down after that. So it's I mean, it's echoes.